Boo. Yeah, Granny, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. That's awesome. Welcome to the stream, everybody. We are getting ready to get started. It's a wacky Saturday we got in store. So buckle up, get you some refreshments, get ready for some good court. Yeah. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Saturday, Catterday. The stream boss has declared that we are streaming today. We are live. I am your lone wolf Usul. I have a ton of court cases, and this is a long show, ladies and gentlemen. A long show. We got about 2.5 hours of court ahead of us. We're going to start off in Thurston County, and we're going to end in Thurston County, ladies and gentlemen, because why not? We're going to start off with a lady who wants a PPO because Somebody is attacking her through microchips implanted in her head. Yeah, that happened. And then we're going to go over to Webster, Judge Webster in Kansas, El Dorado, Kansas exactly. And we're going to hear a lady who's very upset about things she had full control over. And ladies and gentlemen, it all starts right now.
Ms. Is it Arunjit? Am I saying that correctly? You come up there and take a seat there. And Ms. Williamson, which one of you is Ms. Williamson? I apologize, Ms. Prosser. Why don't you come up and take a seat there? Give me a minute. I need to recalibrate myself here.
Are we allowed to record in here?
What's that?
Are we allowed to record
No,
in here? Ms.
you're not.
Arunjit is recording.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, you don't need to record this. Everything is being recorded. That's what those red light means on that recording.
Okay.
If you want a transcript or a copy of the, you can order that,
Okay.
but I'm not going to allow you to record, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Arunjit, raise your right hand, please. Do you swear and affirm the information testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. How is it that you need, and first of all, was your name ever Jennifer Williamson?
Never.
Okay, and so let's start there. Why do you think that her name is Williamson? Why the confusion on the names?
Somebody has some type of spyware on my phone and is communicating with me about her and my ex. I don't think that that's important right now.
It is important, actually, to me.
Oh, okay. Well, the military has been communicating with me that there's some people that I'm doing service with, and
Because if someone named Jennifer Williamson is bothering you, and this isn't Jennifer Williamson, to me, that's important.
well, she's been pretending like she's with my husband Omar and with my ex-boyfriend
Okay.
Tyree Williamson.
So tell me,
trying to
okay,
prevent
so
me from dating him.
So
much.
let's start from the beginning then. Okay, how is it that you need an order against?
In order because I was staying at my mom's house here on this address, and she had somebody send this paperwork to my house, and this is my husband's last name, and pretty much told me, was implying covertly that I needed to get out of the house. And the
What information do you have hand on
the
paper?
military and the United States National Guard, where I'm homeless and I sleep outside of that gate, is reporting to me that she is using a guardianship and is stalking me, harassing me, pretty much bullying me. I've made numerous police reports. All I want for her is to leave me alone and to stop doing this.
Okay, so
My son told me that he was raped at her house a couple of years ago, and when I went to go make this report right here, she hurried up and walked past me and my son and told my son not to say anything, that she would kill him. And my son is scared. He's outside, asleep in the parking lot right now. We've been homeless in the car for 12 months. And I recently had to reach out to China off of this online spyware from the military that I have. I've been working closely with Donald Trump, Tulsi Gabbard, and them guys, and I need her to stop stalking me and stop doing the things that she's doing. I've been very gracious enough not to. I reported her to the FBI. I reported her to the military police. I reported her to Lacey Police Department. Our governor, Bob Ferguson, is aware of what's going on. He is aware. He is very aware. I have China online right now. Bob Ferguson is aware of what's going on. All right, so I don't know who is forcing these guys or anybody to lie on this situation, but we have innocent children who are involved, and I'm not doing anything to her. All I ask is for her to leave me alone and let me live my life. And I don't care about pressing charges. I just want her to leave me alone. And if she's doing this for my husband, Omar, who is a suspected ISIS member here in Washington in the United States, that has been causing a problem. All I want is a divorce, and I want him and her to leave me alone. It could be so simple, and they're pretty much covertly holding me hostage. And this is like borderline about to start a war in our country. It's ridiculous.
Okay,
And I don't choose to lie about it.
so,
Pretend
so
that it's not happening.
do you remember the definition of harassment that I read earlier
Yeah,
about a
this is-
series?
this
Okay,
is
so hang
proof
on
that
just
there's
hang on just a second.
harassment right here.
So what are those the things you
These are
submitted?
letters that came to my mom's house in Renton that is currently for sale.
Okay, so
that
is
her
it,
and I
hang on just a
believe my
second. Is
husband-
this did you file that? Is this like the Change Healthcare thing?
Yeah,
that you
I
filed?
took copies of it and I filed it. It's a Change Healthcare coming in the name of Jennifer, and it's saying to the parent or legal guardian. So she's been having an affair with my husband, Omar, for the longest time. I'm no longer with him. And supposedly he's not alive, but I think that she possibly helped him fake his death. I really don't care. I just want them to leave me alone, pretty much.
Did you guys used to be friends?
Yeah, we used to be friends.
Okay. And then when did that friendship break up?
Pretty much when I started suspecting that she was having an affair.
How long ago?
My husband admitted that he was sleeping with her in December of 2020.
When was the last time you had any contact with her face to face?
A couple of days ago when I went to her house to apply for, or to file a police report. I've been trying to file
You go to a police report to go to her house to file a police report?
That's
I
what's
don't
happening
follow
is
that.
that she's connected to Hillary Clinton and Trump and other people as well. This is a military thing. And
Okay.
she's been using her connections to the government to covertly get away with stuff and lie about stuff or whatever. So at this point, you know what I'm saying? We need to avoid this thing escalating to countries outside of the United States. I have literally reached out to people in Mexico, Thailand, China for help because this is like a hostage situation. And if I cannot get help in my own country, this is not good.
Okay.
Trump is online right now on my phone with China and everybody listening in to what's going on right now. And I'm not crazy.
Okay.
I just want help. I just want people to leave me alone and let me live my life. That is my human right.
Okay. I'm going to hear from her for a minute. And then,
I have my driver's license right here that matches this letter.
but
She's saying her name is Jennifer Prosser, or Christensen is her original name that she was born with. My husband's name is Tamam. She's shaking her head yes,
Okay,
saying that she
parent,
had an affair. I can see her at peripheral. She was saying yes.
okay, so ma'am,
Now it's
you need to be
saying
respectful
no.
here.
I'm
Okay, I'll give you a
trying not.
chance. Just relax here for a second. Just let me, I am going to hear from her.
Okay.
And then,
These
for-
letters came. This is Omar's mom's name.
Okay.
It's Jackie. Her name is Jackie Tobin. And Jennifer's last name that I met her with is Christensen. She supposedly got married during our friendship to somebody named
okay.
Courtney Prosser. But
Well, let me hear from her.
all
Let me
right.
get the
And
response
she's
from her,
saying
and then
in
I
her-
may have
in
some
the check
questions
that
come
she's
back
about
to you.
commit murder. She just said.
What's that? Well, ma'am, I'm going to hear. I swore you in, I'll hear from you. I'm going to swear her in, I'll hear from her. And then following that, I'll make a decision as to whether or not an order needs to be entered. And so with that, ma'am, could you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You can put your hand down. From your perspective, respectfully, what's this all about?
I believe that Bianca is in a drug-induced psychosis. Her reality is based on very strong false beliefs. She believes that she's in the army, but she is not in the army. She believes that we communicate through microchip, that everybody is microchip. She believes that I have connections with Hillary Clinton, that I have an illegal guardianship over her. It is impossible to obtain an illegal guardianship as she would have had to have been notified.
Okay, so how do you two know each other?
She was my best friend for almost 13 years.
And then when did all this break down?
Before my husband went to prison in 2017.
I see. And then are you in the military or were you?
I'm not. Everything that she is saying is There is no truth to it. She has no tangible evidence. She,
Again, I was gonna ask you about that.
Actually, I can print
Okay,
off.
so ma'am, she didn't interrupt you, and so
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you to afford the same courtesy to her while I'm talking, okay?
the letter that she has, it says Jennifer Tamam. That is also not my name and never has been. That is Omar Tamam's name, and he is deceased. He passed away in April of this year.
And who is that? Is that
The
her?
father of her kids. And there is proof of his death certificate. She believes that he faked his death, that I had something to do with it, that he works alongside ISIS. She believes that the Williamson comes from a guy named Tyree Williamson that she believes that I'm married to. I have not spoken to him in over 10 years. I don't know where he resides. I don't know if you have read the petition, but she has accused me of the same things that she has accused her mom of.
I did read the petition. I don't know what she's accused her mom of.
Not the temporary one, but the packet.
Yeah, no, I read it.
She accused her mom of raping her son Judah at her new home in Port Orchard, the same that she accused me of. She accused her mom of also being an accomplice to drugging her kids that she accused me of. She said that when she came to my house that I said through the chip that I was going to kill her sons. That never happened. I have the video footage, and so did she, because she videotaped the whole thing.
Okay.
My son is in the car right now.
With padlocks
Okay,
on.
so everybody just again, ma'am, don't interrupt her, please. Don't interrupt her, please.
I feel like this is harassment towards me. She posts countless videos of her whole entire life on Facebook. I didn't get a chance to upload my evidence because I got served just a couple days ago, but her Facebook is filled with posts about me. She just posted yesterday several things about biblical numbers and what does this mean, and Jennifer this, Jennifer that, and Jennifer means Lucifer, and it doesn't even make any sense, sir.
Okay. So I'll give you the
There's a
final
tattoo on her
word.
hand that says Lily, where I picked up that my husband's death certificate was on Lily Road.
It's my grandmother's name, Lily
Okay, so
Jean.
ma'am, again, when she's talking, you don't interrupt, okay? So that's all right. So here,
And
look, ma'am.
I'm
Okay, go
happy
ahead.
to
I'll
bring
give you
my
the final
son in
word here,
If
and then
you
I'll make a
extend
rule.
this, I'm happy to bring my son in here.
Yeah,
I
well-
have police reports
Okay.
showing that he has an STD in anal area,
Okay,
all right?
so,
There's a video that is showing my son getting raped, and my son told me that he was raped for the first time at Jennifer's house. She told me, and I'm not lying, she told me that my son was raped when he first got raped, and that's how it was brought to my attention. And now she's saying that she's not doing this. She can't sit here and tell me that she did not tell me that my son was raped. She's the one who told me about it.
okay. So ma'am, here's where I'm at with
And
this
I
here.
bet you she's gonna lie.
Okay, so, well, here's where I'm at with here, today. I've read the definition of harassment. I've read the course of conduct and so forth. And, I'll be frank with you.
Evidence right here. Where is her evidence, sir?
I'll be frank with you, ma'am. A lot of, okay, so
Police
ma'am,
department,
can you,
FBI reports.
okay. So listen to me for a
I
moment.
need this protection.
Okay.
It's just 1 year. I need a protection order for her to leave me alone. Why would I come in here and commit perjury? Why would I do that? I would
So-
not do that. I need a protection order from her. It's not like she's going to jail. It's just you saying that she needs to leave me alone. That's it for 1 year. I get my taxes and I'm out of here. I'm leaving the state. There's a guardianship. I need that protection order so I can go and file it with the courts and get that guardianship terminated.
So here's where I'm at, ma'am. Okay. And so when you're the petitioner, you have any petitioner or any plaintiff in a lawsuit, they have a responsibility, to prove what they're claiming by a preponderance of the evidence, or is it more likely than not? And in criminal cases, it's beyond a reasonable doubt. I did. Well, it's filed. I looked at it.
Look at this with me seeing that you viewed it, please.
What's that? Okay. You can go ahead and hand it to me. The driver's, that's
Can you
fine.
verify the address on the.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. But ma'am, I'll give this back to you.
And these are all of some of the police reports, not
Okay.
including the FBI reports.
So you can take that
I
back.
sleep literally next to the National Guard.
Okay, so you can go back and sit down,
If I'm
please,
not
ma'am.
a part of the military, how do I have on real military pants? and-
Ma'am, I'm gonna have,
and
can you go
everything?
back and sit down at the table, please?
All right. Here's my police reports.
Okay, those aren't
Some
police
of them.
reports, those are cards with numbers on them, so they're
These are
not
These are
reports.
the two officers that she
Okay,
threatened to
and that's
kill.
fine, but I don't have any police reports. Will you please go back and sit at the
Okay.
table? Thank you. Give me just a moment. So again, so ma'am, I'm gonna try again here. And when, again, as I've said before, when you're the petitioner or whether you're plaintiff in any lawsuit, you have a responsibility to show through evidence. Now, I don't have any doubt that you believe what you're telling me. But it hasn't been, I have to look at things from like an objective, high level, and rely on, an evidence. And I'll be frank with you, and that the things that I'm seeing, and you can disagree with it. I have people disagree with what I do in here, every day, and that's fine. But the evidence that you have presented, it looks to me like there's something from a healthcare agency of some sort, which basically gives you notice of a data breach, and it says to the parent of
You guys
legal.
just talked
Okay,
about
so
this whole
ma'am, will you?
situation with all of those,
Okay,
with all of those.
can you please let me finish? Okay,
You're about to put me in danger and deny.
I am going to deny I'm going to deny your request. That's true.
You guys just
And
had
so-
all of these people in here before discussing our case in third person
Mhm.
with this lawyer here and everybody else. All those things that were being discussed
Okay.
was stuff that's going on about my
Okay.
case, and that she was on the phone text messaging you guys and all this stuff. And now you're sitting here saying that you're going to deny, knowing that you guys are lying right now.
Okay, I'm not lying. Because I'm not saying anything factual about what happened.
Judge Sam Meyer.
What I'm saying is that based on what's been presented, I don't find that a legal basis has been shown where I can grant an order here. So basically, I've reviewed what you have
How
submitted.
did you grant an order and you have police reports? I have gotten plenty of protection orders granted with police reports. I'm going to appeal this, and I'm going to submit the police report showing that my son was raped and that he has an STD. And I can submit videos of my son saying that she has threatened their lives.
Okay,
My kids saying on the video that she has threatened their lives.
Okay. you do have the right to appeal. You can
And now
take this over. You have
I'm gonna
to.
file for a police report and ask a lawyer to have her take a lie detector
Go ahead.
test.
What's that? No, I'm sorry. No, you're fine. If you can go ahead and take a seat in the back, but we're all right here. So, ma'am, I can't, the only thing in front of me here today is whether or not an order is going to be granted or not. And I'm deciding that it's not, based on what's been presented. You said you want to appeal that, you certainly can do that. And I'm not sure anything you could say would be helpful right now, but this is just, that's just where I'm at.
A great disservice to our country. I've been fighting for our country. She's been fighting for a new world order.
Okay,
And you have just denied me the protection that I need to fight for our country.
okay. Well,
A great dishonor.
I do understand you disagree with my decision. I get that.
Thank you for your service.
But do you want these back, or do you want these to go in the court
I
file?
want
Okay.
my stuff back.
I'm going to give this back to you. I'm going to fill out a denial order, and then both of you will get a copy of it, and then the hearing will be over and you're free to go. But her
Can you
request
say
for the
something
order is
about
denied. If you think it would be helpful to make
I
things
just-
better as opposed to degenerate, you can.
How do I get her to stop filing against me?
Well, again, I can't tell you what to do either, but if you think you can pursue your own legal action if you wish.
She just had a Zoom meeting
Okay,
with the
I'm not-
judge and it got denied also, and she's back here
Okay.
again.
I'm not going
And I'm going to
to,
be pressing
okay.
criminal charges, and I'm going to ask
so,
a prosecutor
hang
to make her take a lie detector
Okay.
test at that point.
so hang on.
Because she just thinks that she can continue to get away with
Okay.
things. She uses her connections to powerful people to do this. She was involved in forcing this girl, CK Bella, to commit suicide. All of my friends, her ex-husband, Courtney Prosser, said that she killed her grandma.
Okay. And
People
so,
have reported it, and they made a report against her to the military police.
then that'll play out just like
And my
just
son,
like this did.
Both of my sons and her husband, Tyree Williamson, have all said that she is a dangerous person.
Okay. So,
A
ma'am,
dangerous
and again,
person.
I'm going to go back to, first of all, I'd say a couple of things. If you're implying, I've never met either of you before today. I've never had any contact with either of you before today. The initial petition and temporary was reviewed by a different judge,
I
not
just
me.
heard her threatening
So
me
I've
with
not
knives.
had any contact with any of you. If you make reports to various agencies, you can. I will say there are things you can and cannot do.
You see
The
what
press
I'm saying?
charges
You
is
just
up to the
denied me.
prosecuting
You just
attorney's
denied me, and
office.
she just threatened to make you lose your job. I just heard her through the chip.
I
She's
did not.
crazy.
I didn't
We
hear
are
that.
microchipped. I just heard her.
All right.
Can
So,
we get her mentally evaluated,
okay,
Judge?
I can't, no.
I'm happy to
So,
do that, so I can press
the short
charges.
answer to that is no.
I'm going to do that.
She used a petitioner. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Actually, can you
And
please
so the petitioner is, she's asking for
order
my,
a psychological
my
evaluation?
authority here is really narrow. And basically it's just, do I give the order or not?
Yeah.
And I've decided not to give it. And the case is over, the case is closed. In terms of evaluation and all that sort of stuff, that's just beyond what I'm allowed to do here.
Okay.
And so, and that's basically what we're here. That's what I'm doing. And I think that, ma'am, you both have let me give you denial orders here, and then you're free to go.
You guys see this? This is slavery right here. Judge, how do I get the name off of my DOL record? Because there's a court official that entered my name as Jennifer Williamson, and that is not.
You know,
my name.
honestly, I don't know that. You'd have to go
So
with,
it's not kind of
if that's all done by DOL, and so I don't know how that happened.
Because she said my name is Jennifer Williamson, so the court entered it in as Jennifer Williamson. So now when it comes up, that's why I got
Oh, I
served.
see.
The cop was having a hard time serving me because my name is not Jennifer Williamson.
Honestly, I don't know the answer to that. You could talk to DOL, and the case is dismissed. It's gone away.
Okay.
And so I don't know what to tell you beyond that. And because I can't. And so that's where we're at. Give me just a moment. Ma'am, you come up.
You just hear her?
You can take that.
She
You're
just
free to
walked
go.
past and threatened to kill me
Okay,
in her
so,
head. In just the chip, through the
okay,
microchip.
okay.
She just said.
Well,
I can
obviously
kill you
through the
in
chip,
her head.
I didn't hear it.
Okay,
And
well,
so,
you're
and I
lying.
don't think that, I did not take that. You may go,
She
ma'am.
just
You're
said that
free to
in
go.
front of you.
Okay.
You hear? She's
No, I
saying
did
it.
not. No, I did not.
She's saying, wow. That's crazy. A regular female got grown ass people scared. I don't understand that.
You're welcome.
At this time, we will be on the record in Heather Reese, 2022 TR 3803. Heather Reese, are you here? Max Herman,
I'm
you're
here.
excused. Okay,
I'm here.
start your video. Click on the little red camera with the line through it.
Okay. Working on it.
Okay, Mr. Herman, you may leave the hearing, or you can stay if you like. Okay. All right. Where did Miss Reese? Where are you? You're working on it. All right. Are you on a telephone, Miss Reese? Or a computer? Well, she's shut off her video. Moving on, Tori
I am
Sherrod.
here on my phone.
All right. On your phone, Miss Reese,
I am, yes.
you need to run your finger down the side or the bottom of your phone and see if a little red camera looking thing with a line running through it pops up.
No.
Did you see? Okay, now click on that red phone. Click on there, and it doesn't pop up. Well, my guess would be that you didn't start your video when you logged on.
I did, and I stopped it
Okay, well,
because
call me
I
back.
didn't.
Call me back. You'll need to have both your audio and your video started.
Please don't, because I don't have time to sit here. Hold on. I have to get ready for work and stuff.
Well, I have, what is it, 60 some people on here, or 36 or something.
Well, how
So
do I do this?
So I need to keep moving. I have 38 people this morning on the docket, and I need to keep moving. So if
How
you
do I
see,
get
Okay.
my video on?
well, you may have to just hang up and start over. Because
Right, here we go. Here we go.
okay.
Here we go. Here I am. I'm right
There
here.
you are. Okay, there you are. Okay, so we are on the record in 2022 TR 3803, State of Kansas versus Heather Jean Reese, Jared Regier for the state, Heather Jean Reese in person and pro se. Miss Reese, your case was filed 2022. That would be 3 years ago.
Mhm.
And you were appointed Darren Patterson as your attorney. Did you ever contact your attorney, Mr. Patterson?
I did.
When?
The last court date, since the last court date, I haven't been in correspondence with him. But prior to that, yes, I had, email correspondence and everything with him. I did.
All right. Well, your last court date that you appeared in was, looks like June 4th of 20. No, you failed to appear then too. You failed to appear in September of 24. Oh my, we've had a lot of hearings that you didn't appear for.
Your Honor,
Okay.
if I may.
Well, just a moment, please. You failed to appear March 23. Then you called and got the Zoom links and appeared March 20th, 24, at which time Darren Patterson was appointed. And we set this over at your request to May 20th of 2024. So are you saying that March 20th of 24 was the last time you talked to your attorney, or when did you talk to him?
It was, I guess, March. Yeah. I
Okay,
did miss
well,
court in May because I had some things going on in personal life, and that is my fault that I missed court. But I did bond out twice.
well, you did. You bonded out with the condition on your bond that you reappear July 5th of 24, and you failed to appear. Then you were apparently arrested and bonded again to appear July 22nd, and you failed to appear. So
No, I never got the July 22nd notification. So that is why I failed to appear on that one.
you have failed to appear September 23rd of 24. You failed to appear June 4th of 2025.
Would
You
you?
failed-
Okay.
You
So
failed to, don't, now this is what the record reflects. You
I
failed to
understand.
appear, subsequently, you failed to appear August 11th of 2025. And let's see, and now here you are, and your attorney didn't know you were coming because we weren't going to keep making him come. He was here, but as he said, he hadn't had any contact with you in so long, he's going to have to see if you qualify for attorney. Are you still wanting a court-appointed attorney?
Yes, please.
All right, since it's been so many years, you're going to have to reapply for court-appointed. Now, tell me, Miss Reese, where you work at this time.
I am unemployed.
You have been unemployed since at least 2022?
No, ma'am. I have had a couple different jobs, but at this moment, I am unemployed. I went through a rough patch in my life. I got addicted to drugs. I got myself sober. I had to, my friend died in front of me that I resuscitated. That's why I missed my last court date in June. So that's why that I've been
What day
missing
did your
court.
friend die? What date
In
did your
May,
friend?
in May, on my
Well,
birthday, May 12th,
well, let me
right in front
see.
of me.
Well, I
So
don't
yeah,
see.
that's my fault. I did miss court.
I don't, stop, please. I don't see that you missed court on a May 12th.
In June,
Well, June of this year, 25 or 24?
of this year,
And
and
when's
that's
your
why
birthday? When's your
May
birthday?
12th, May 12th.
So the person didn't die on your birthday, and you didn't resuscitate or attempt to resuscitate on your birthday.
No, he did.
Well, Mr. Regier, I don't show that she had a May 12th court date.
No, I had a court date after that, and that's why that I missed because I was going through that.
All right,
And
stop. What are you trying to tell me? Are you trying to tell me that you couldn't be in court because you were busy resuscitating a friend who passed away?
no, that's not what I'm. No,
And
no.
how
I'm
are
explaining
you?
to you why I've missed these court dates because my life got hectic, and I wasn't working, and I got addicted to drugs. But now I am clean and sober, and I'm getting my life back. Now
All
I'm
right.
here in front of you, trying
All
to
right,
do right.
I got it. I got what you're saying now. You're just saying it upset you so bad that your friend died that you turned to drugs and just blew off your court dates.
Yeah,
Right?
I went
Okay.
off the wall and screwed everything up in my life. But here I
Well,
am
all right,
trying to get it straightened out, trying to do the right thing here.
Mr. Regier, what was it you wanted to say a while ago?
Your Honor, well, I was merely seeking to advise the court that the state's information is that this is a defendant who has failed to appear on 4 consecutive occasions beginning in September of 2024. State's information is that the defendant appeared with court-appointed counsel back in July of 2024, so it has been over a year. It would also appear that the court did enter specific orders that the defendant must appear at the courthouse at that time based off the state's information.
I'm not. Why aren't you at the courthouse, ma'am?
Because I was called the courthouse as well as my bond lady, and I got the permission to be over Zoom.
Who gave
I've
you
been
that
to jail
permission?
on this several times. I've given you guys thousands of dollars to bond out. I'm trying to do right, and I can't get my life back in order if you're going to throw me in jail.
Who gave you permission to not follow the court order?
The court clerk.
The court clerk told you that she was overriding my order that you didn't have to be here in person.
That's right, and told my bonds lady,
Who's your
Sure did.
boss lady?
Kayla. Her name is Kayla.
Well, frankly, there's something not adding up in what you're telling me, because I know our clerk does
Well,
not
I-
override my orders. Now, she
Then-
may have asked me to change it, and I may have. I don't
Okay,
know,
well,
but it's been a
that's-
year ago, and there's no. Let me look at the notes. If you had that conversation, our clerk would have noted it because they're very diligent. Let's see.
Just recently, because I just bonded out in Douglas County, and my bonds lady, Kayla, is the one that bonded me out. She came from Topeka, Kansas to bond me out of Douglas County, which is Lawrence, Kansas. I got the
realize-
paperwork, which they messed the paperwork up and put Bourbon County. So then I got another warrant issued by you, which I got taken care of because Douglas County messed up the paperwork. So that warrant got dropped because of their issue, and I called the court clerk as well as my bonds lady Kayla to confirm that I could be on Zoom in front of you.
I show March 19th, 24, the defendant called and said she needed the Zoom link for March 20th. And they read.
So you don't show that I just got arrested in Douglas County for this on a warrant and bonded out?
Ma'am,
Yes,
wait a
ma'am.
minute. Okay. So Clerk Jennifer says you called March 19th, 2024. Apparently what you told her is you needed the Zoom link for court on 2024. And she provided the email address and had you read it back to her and send it to the Zoom link. But the email was returned as undeliverable. And so then that court date, the next day, March 20th, let's see, state by Regier, defendant present via Zoom, Patterson appointed. Okay, that was by Zoom. May 20th, you were here by Zoom. Darren Patterson was present.
Yes, ma'am.
And it was set over to July 22nd.
The last court date that I had with
Please,
you.
would you please be patient and let me take care of the court? Okay, so July 5th of this year, you called asking for continuance on your case. The clerk told you that could not be done as that date was set in court with the judge and your attorney. She said you could speak with your attorney and see if he could file a motion on her behalf, which is exactly what I would have expected the clerk to do and would have asked the clerk to do. So you were supposed to call your attorney on July 5th of 2024 and apparently did not do that, did you? Yes or no? Yes or no?
I don't remember.
All right. Well, apparently you didn't. Then July 22nd of 2024, we're still over a year ago, your attorney was present, you were present at separate locations. You said you could not hear anything, so I set the matter over to September 23rd, 24, and as Mr. Regier keeps saying, I ordered that you must appear in person at the Judicial Center as a condition of your bond. So as you sit here on this camera in Zoom, you are in violation of your bond because you were ordered to be here at the courthouse because you couldn't make your device work, you couldn't get your volume. So you're in violation of your bond. Mr. Regier, your recommendations at this time?
She's not in violation of her bond because her bond told her Zoom today.
Not
All
in
right, now who's
Saying
your
the same
attorney?
stuff over
That
and
is-
over again like
stop.
there's multiple charges and there's not.
I'm gonna go to jail over this, and I'm trying to do
Ma'am,
right, and this is not
Miss
okay.
Reese, stop. Miss Reese, is that your attorney? I don't think that's Mr. Patterson
No,
with you,
that
is
is
it?
not my attorney.
Who is that?
That is my,
And then if you guys have canceled her attorney,
Sir, are you illegally licensed?
I'm gonna go
Step
to
in front of the
jail.
camera. Sir, step in front of the camera if you're going to appear. Get in front of the camera.
You guys, she is here
Sir,
doing the best that
what
she
is
can,
your
and I'm
name?
hearing everything that you say, and you keep repeating the same stuff. Like if it's multiple stuff, it's the same thing. You keep going over and over about her
Sir,
bondsman bonded her out, dude.
are you the judge here,
If she,
sir?
hey, dude, if she's on
All
bond,
right, I'm going, unless you identify yourself, you're off this call. What is your name?
look it. My name
What
is
is his
my name
name?
is Jerry Banks. Okay.
Jerry,
Yeah.
Jerry, Banks, Banks.
Well, congratulations. You're correct.
All right. Do you know what contempt of court is, sir? Have you ever heard of that? You're practicing law without a license.
Hey, I understand that you are. I
How are you
understand. That's
related
always
to
been
her?
being assholes. I get that.
How are you related to her?
This is my kids' father. He is the one that has got me out of the streets and is doing better.
Are you a
Okay.
judge? Sir, are you a judge? Are you trying to take over my job?
Judge, but he is my
No, but you're
helper.
the bonds lady that approved this and through your court system. You have to understand that. You guys
I'm
have stuff
finding
you have
you
to follow
both in
too.
contempt of court and going to fine you and have you both thrown in jail if you don't stop acting the way you are right now. We're going to try to do this orderly, and I am the judge. I don't want to make a big deal about that, other than you have to understand that in a judicial process, the judge is in charge. Do you understand that, Heather Reese?
Yes, I do. But
Now,
you're not listening to me.
now this is totally out of hand, and we're going to do this orderly, and you're going to listen to me and respond accordingly. All right, Jerry Reese is, unless he's your licensed attorney and he hasn't entered his appearance on this case, he is not allowed to represent you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, he needs to keep himself quiet and quit interfering in this hearing, or he will be found in contempt and I will order him to pay the consequences of that. Where are you right now, Miss Reese?
Here
You're
at
not-
this house.
Whose house is that?
No, I'm not, it's not my house.
Is it Jerry Reese's house?
Yeah, it's Jerry Reese's. No, it's my son's house.
All right, what's your son's name?
It doesn't matter.
No, that's irrelevant.
It
That's
matters if I
irrelevant.
tell
That
you-
is irrelevant.
It does
You-
not matter.
That does not, I'll tell you what.
My son's name is Aaron, and that's all you're going to get. My son has nothing to do with this case.
All right, this is why I don't like Zoom hearings, is because I can't just have the officer put you in cuffs and take you to jail when you're defiant like that and disrespectful, and you refuse to follow the dignity of the courtroom.
I'm trying, ma'am, but you're not.
Or you're
My
not.
son's
You're trying to
name is
tell me
Aaron.
You're making rulings with what's relevant and what's not relevant. And I don't have time for all of this today because I have 30 some people on here that also deserve a fair day in court and a timely day. They've got lives to live too.
And I
So-
understand.
I am finding you in contempt right now for being defiant and wasting the time that the others need to be in court. If Jerry Reese interjects anymore, he's going to be found in contempt. Does your bondsman know where you are, Miss Reese?
Nope.
All right, I'm ending this
No,
hearing.
she doesn't.
You're not allowed to order the court
I'm not
around.
talking to you. I'm trying to get other people to be quiet so I can talk to you one-on-one and
Okay.
hear you. I'm sorry.
All right,
I am
Miss
trying,
Reese.
ma'am.
Miss Reese, if you do not want me to
Yes.
order that you be taken into custody right now on a contempt citation, you better settle down and listen to me. I am not
Okay.
going to put up with this anymore today. This indignity in court. We are going to continue this case at your request to 9 a.m. No, I'm going to continue that to 1:30 today. 1:30 today, and you must be present at the Butler County Courthouse. If you're
Ma'am,
not,
I don't have a way. I don't have a car. I don't have a license. I have a job interview at 1:30 today. Please.
you just happen to have a job interview today at 1:30.
I no, yes, ma'am, I do. I swear to God, I do. I
All right,
promise I do.
who will corroborate that? Who will confirm that?
I can send you the message on my phone.
No,
I
no,
don't
what
Marco's Pizza? Marco's
Marco's
Pizza.
Marko?
Yes, Marco Pizza. Yes, they
Is
can
it
confirm that, ma'am.
Margo or Marca? Margo or
Marco.
what town is Marco's Pizza in?
Cedric?
You're in Sedgwick. Is that where you are in Sedgwick County?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You better call your bondsman and tell your bondsman. What agency is that bondsman again?
Um, oh man. I think it's AAA. I can't remember. I know that her name is Kayla. I've been in contact with her since I bonded out.
Will you
It's
call her
not,
and tell her you're ordered to be here at 1:30, and if you're not, I'm going to revoke your bond.
ma'am, I can't make it there.
Let me see.
Please, I am trying to do right. I'm trying to get my life. That's why I'm here in front of you. I know I've missed work.
Your actions keep getting you in trouble. The way you've acted in this court, we should have been done 5 minutes or 10 minutes ago. Easy bail bonds. I do not know that company, but you call them and tell them you have a hearing at 1:30. They better have you here. You've already cost second chance bail bonding 1,000, and now you're going to cost e-bail bond 6,000. So you call them, Mr. Regier. I'm going to recall this. We have a 1:30 docket today. I'm going to order that she be here at 1:30 today. That we try this again. Call your attorney, Miss Reese.
I don't have an.
Yes, you do. You have Darren Patterson. Darren Patterson was appointed. You've been told to call him several different times now. You call your attorney today. We'll see if he can be here at 1:30. If he can, great. If he can't, I understand. But if you want a court-appointed attorney, you will call Mr. Patterson this morning.
I will call him. I will.
Do you have his number? I've given it to you multiple times, but do you have it? Do you need it again?
I do. Let me grab a pen, please.
Everyone, go get a pen and paper right now if you don't have one. I don't know how many times I tell everybody, bring a pencil and paper to court.
Putting the phone, please. Okay.
Always
I'm
bring
ready.
a pencil and
Ma'am,
paper
I'm
to
ready.
court. All right, Darren, D-A-R-R-E-N, Darren. Patterson, traditional spelling of Patterson, Patterson. His number is 316-322-7700. Clerk, if you would please get the file over to Mr. Patterson or Mr. Regier, whichever one of you forwards that to him. It's probably you, Mr. Regier, as discovery. And then if you'd see if he can be here at 1:30, clerk. I doubt if he can, and I won't hold it against him if he can't. But if he can, that'd be great. Now, Miss Reese, you better be here because if he shows up, takes time off his schedule, his busy schedule, and you don't, if your bondsman doesn't drive you over here, the bondsman's going to lose $6,000. You're going to share that loss, and another warrant's going to be issued. You've already had plenty of warrants. You know how that works.
Ma'am, I have a job interview at 1:30 today.
And I have a job at 1:30 today, and you better be here. Now, you keep making the rules as you go in life, and that's not the way it works. If everybody did that, we would have a disastrous lifestyle for all of us. So
I understand I messed up in the past, but please understand that I'm on the right track and I am trying.
You're not on the right track. And I can't believe you're trying because you've done nothing but argue with me. This hearing should have been done and over with in no time at all, but you've sat here and you have argued and defied and told me how it is, and you've made rulings of what's relevant and not, and you brought in someone who's not an attorney who's been practicing trying to take over not only your representation but my role. So this has got to stop right now. Your bond will be continued. The $6,000 cash or surety bond is continued with the added condition that you reappear here at the Butler County Courthouse in person as you were told to do this morning. And if you're not, if you have other things that are more important, I'll just issue a bench warrant and the sheriff can pick you up when he finds you. And I don't want that Mr. Reese coming with you and trying to represent you, or he'll be prosecuted for practicing law without a license.
Ma'am, I wasn't trying to be defiant. I was just explaining to
All
you that
right, I
the
spent
Zoom
enough
got
time
set
on
up.
your hearing. I have spent enough time on your hearing. Do you understand me now? Nobody but me can tell you that you can appear by Zoom because I have ordered that you appear in person.
I understand.
All right, then we'll be in
The
recess.
court told me to. I don't
We'll
understand.
be
The
in
court
recess.
set the Zoom up and now I'm in trouble for it.
There is not one thing in my notes that say that what you're telling me is true. In fact, it's
I
to the
can prove
contrary.
it. I can
All
prove
right,
it.
you bring your proof this afternoon. All right, go now, or I'm going to find you in contempt for taking up more time interfering with all these other people's hearings. You're excused at this time on the condition that you reappear 1:30 p.m. today before me on Zoom, and it'll be in person, not Zoom, in person.
Judge, I had heard this morning there was a case that I wasn't clear whether I was reappointed on or not, but you moved it to the 1:30 today, and that person is at the courthouse, I believe, Heather Reese.
Yes, so you want to bring in Heather Reese?
Your Honor, Miss Reese is here.
And,
Okay, thank you.
and Judge, I've never spoken with Miss Reese. I would need a breakout room with her if the court wanted me to participate today in some way.
All right.
And Your Honor,
Yes.
if the court could go on record very briefly, this may be somewhat of a formality, but the state would be seeking a ruling as to whether or not counsel for the defense has in fact been reappointed to this matter. The state understands as that was somewhat inconclusive at the previous hearing.
And I'd like to know that too, Judge. So.
All right. We are back on the record in BU 2022 TR 3803, State of Kansas versus Heather Jean Reese. Jared Regier appearing for the state. Darren Patterson now appearing for the defendant, who also appears in person at the Butler County Judicial Center, as she was ordered to appear this morning but did not. Mr. Patterson, I don't recall if we actually got into her financial status. Did you fill out the application like I told you to, Miss Reese?
No, Your Honor. I'm confused on this case and I don't know what you want me to do.
And Judge,
I did call him. I did call his office, ma'am, right after I got off the phone with you.
Okay, and I told you they may not be available just instantaneously for you. And I wasn't going to hold that against you, Mr. Patterson, if you weren't.
And if I may, Judge.
Yes.
Judge, I just wanted to tell a court she did call. I was not available to talk to her at that time, so I had not. But I did, based on that, went back and reviewed the hearing from this morning. And at the beginning of the hearing, the court was starting the process of asking her currently what her income was. The court stopped, ordered that she fill out a form for court-appointed counsel. Had never made that order, but then I see where her confusion is. Several minutes later, multiple minutes, about 15 minutes later, the court then ordered she appear here with her attorney. And I don't know that the court actually appointed an attorney yet. So I think that's where her confusion is at this point.
Correct.
And you reached that conclusion without talking to her. I'm impressed. Okay. All right. Where do you work?
I am unemployed, ma'am. I had a job interview today at 1:30 that I missed out on to be here.
All right. I see the attitude hasn't changed any. You're unemployed. And I think you couldn't give me some answers. That's why I wanted you to come in and fill out an application. I don't want to waste all day sitting here asking you questions that you don't know the answer to. Deputy, give her the application. All right. You're unemployed since how long?
A little over a year,
And why have you been unemployed for over a year?
because I've been working on getting my life back together and I got myself sober, ma'am.
That's right. You couldn't resuscitate someone. They passed away and you turned to drugs and let your life go to pieces. I think that's paraphrasing what you told me today, isn't it?
That's not exactly correct, but yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to appoint Mr. Patterson, reappoint Mr. Patterson to represent you. So, Mr. Patterson, how do you want to go from here? Do you want a breakout room with her?
Judge, if I give a breakout room, I looked the case over. Maybe we can finish it this morning and be done with it.
This afternoon, that'd be fine. All right.
Yeah, this afternoon.
All right. Let's see. Deputy?
Your Honor, her bondsman is here as well, that she had to
Good.
contact, come bring her.
She's
Yes.
asking to approach.
If I could approach Your Honor, I would appreciate it.
I don't think, is there a motion? There is a motion for judgment on bond that was mailed. Is the state still seeking motion, that judgment on bond, Mr. Regier?
Jared, you're muted.
Your Honor, the state's information is that an order withdrawing motion for judgment on bond was previously filed with the court approximately 10 days prior.
All right, so bondsman, come on out here and tell me what you want to say. I've got a full docket, but okay, tell us your name.
I'll be quick. Good afternoon, Your Honor. When I'm fairly new to bonding, and whenever I bonded her out in August, I'm sorry, my legs are shaky. I have Huntington's disease. The jail, Douglas County Jail, I have the original criminal
Oh, hold
appearance
up.
bond
What's your
here.
name, please? What's your name, please?
Kayla Flory. I'm with Easy Bail Bonds.
Okay, now there isn't a motion to revoke bond at this point.
Correct. I would just like to, the bond was originally written by the jail for Bourbon County, and not Butler. And so on the bond and everything, it's written for Bourbon. So poor Heather, she's been confused the whole time. She's communicated with me for bond conditions every Friday we talk. She's told me when she's moved. She's told me when her phone number has changed. And I've agreed to give her rides because that was part of her issues as to why she failed to appear. But she's doing incredible. She's doing everything I've asked of and that our company has asked of. And I would just, any sort of continuance or a public defender she could have would be incredible.
She was given a public defender. When was that? Let's see. At least August 11th of 2025. So whether she's
Yeah,
been
so
talking
I
to him about-
bonded her, I'm sorry. I bonded her out on August 28th, and she was told that she didn't have a public defender until this morning. She needed to apply for one.
Now, who told her that? Who told you that?
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt. That was one we discussed early this morning. When I noted that there were some people on there that I hadn't seen for about a year because they'd failed to appear. Generally, in those cases, they needed to reapply to see if they still qualify or not, and the court agreed at that time.
Well, I understand this is a 2022 case, but my docket notes show as recently as August 11th of 2025, the defendant failed to appear. You, Mr. Patterson, were here on her behalf. And then let's see, if I go backwards to when you were actually appointed, June 4th of 2025, she failed to appear again. At some point, you were appointed. You were here September 23rd to 24th for her. Okay, I see what you're saying. That is a year ago. You were here for her, Mr. Patterson, May 20th of 2024. Here we go. March 20th of 2024, Miss Bondsman. Darren Patterson was appointed via Zoom, and the matter was set for May 20th of 2024. And then, as I said, he kept appearing for her, and she didn't show up. So I don't know where she got the idea she didn't have an attorney when he kept coming to court and she didn't.
I just meant for this specific, for this court or for this hearing. She was unaware if she had an attorney.
Well,
I don't want to argue with you, ma'am. I appreciate you and your everything. I just wanted to say she is really doing really good. I can take her across the street to Mr. Patterson immediately. I'm keeping an eye on her, and she really is. She's got her stuff turned around, and she's trying to get this taken care of.
Well, I have no way of knowing what she's doing if she doesn't come to court. And then when she does come, she has quite the attitude. If you want to go back and look at the video to see the attitude today.
I understand, Your Honor.
All right. Well, she's your problem. If you want to take responsibility for her, and it is your money, your agency's money on the line when she doesn't come to court.
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
So, Mr. Regier, well, how do you want to proceed today?
And I apologize for interrupting again, Judge. I'm doing a lot today. I apologize, but
Oh, that's okay.
I wanted to see if we could finish it today, if I could just have a chance to talk with her. And if the security doesn't have a breakout room available, they could walk across the street. I will talk with her here and she can come back then to the court security for court.
All right. Do we have a room for her deputies to talk with her attorney?
I do not have an extra room this afternoon for this. Like Mr. Patterson said, she can walk across the street and talk to him. And
Absolutely.
she would come back.
The bondsman would walk her across the street to Mr. Patterson's office, and maybe Mr. Patterson can direct us all from there after he's had a chance to talk to her. Okay, we'll be in recess. And I'm sorry, what was the bondsman name again?
Kayla Flory with Easy Bail Bonds.
Okay, Miss Flory, if you'd walk her across the street.
Absolutely. I appreciate you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
And court security, are you there? There we are. Thank you very much.
We are on the record in BU 2022 TR 3803, State of Kansas versus Heather Jean Reese. Please announce appearances.
Jared Regier on behalf of the state.
Your Honor, Darren Patterson appear on behalf of Heather Reese. Miss Reese does appear from Courthouse Security 3. Judge, I would announce at this time, pursuant to plea negotiations, Miss Reese is going to enter plea of guilty to count 1, driving while suspended, Class B non-person misdemeanor. State has agreed to dismiss count 2.
That's your plea agreement, Mr. Regier?
That is the state's understanding, Your Honor.
And is there any agreement about sentencing recommendations?
Your Honor, the state understands that was not specifically discussed during plea negotiations. However, at the time of sentencing, subject to a guilty plea being successfully entered during today's setting, the state is prepared to recommend a $100 fine, that the court impose appropriate court costs and determine attorney fees. The state would further be recommending, at the time of sentencing, a 120-day suspended jail sentence subject to 6 months non-reporting probation. Beyond the issue of sentencing, but also relevant from the state's perspective, it does appear that a pro se motion had been previously filed in this matter, specifically a motion for removal of reduction of traffic fines, fees, and reinstatement fees. I'm not sure if counsel for the defense takes a position on that or not at this juncture.
Judge, I would tell the court I was not aware of that motion, but it's pursuant to statute, I think it's prematurely filed. because there's no court costs, fines, or fees yet. So I think that's something that she would have to consider later. So at this point, I don't think it's ripe for the court to consider.
Very well. Miss Reese, have you entered into a plea agreement with the state on this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how do you plead to count one, driving while suspended?
Guilty, Your Honor.
By pleading guilty, are you admitting the charge that you did drive while your license was suspended in Butler County, Kansas on November 23rd of 2022?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is anyone making you enter this plea by any threats or promises other than your plea agreement?
No, Your Honor.
Do you understand that with this plea, you're giving up your right to a trial? You will most likely be found guilty and unable to appeal that conviction.
Yes, Your Honor.
And knowing all of this, you still wish to waive your attorney. I'm sorry, not waive your attorney, but you still wish to enter this plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
And where were you doing this driving while your license was suspended on November 23rd? I know you said in Butler County, but do you remember what location in Butler County?
The Turnpike, Your Honor.
Kansas Turnpike inside of Butler County?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Regier, is that what your evidence would show?
One moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, were this case proceed to trial on the issue of jurisdiction, the state's evidence would show that stop occurred on November 23rd of 2022, approximately 3 years prior to today's date on I-35 at milepost 69. The state's information is that it is within Butler County boundaries between Towanda and El Dorado city limits.
All right. And that also is known as the Kansas Turnpike. Is that what you were in reference to, Ms. Reese?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I accept your plea as freely and voluntarily entered and find you guilty. Recommendations for sentencing, I will follow those. Your fine will be $100 and 108 court costs. I will waive your attorney fees based on what you told me previously about your work history. You will be given a 120-day jail sentence, but you will not have to serve that so long as you successfully complete a 6-month non-reporting probation. That means
Yes.
you do not see a probation officer, but you are on probation for 6 months from today. That probation has just a few conditions. Number 1, do not violate any laws for 6 months. Number 2, pay the amount owed, which is $208. How much time do you need to pay $208?
If I could get at least 3 months, I should have it be able to pay before then, but
Okay. Condition number 2, you have to pay within 90 days.
You're on. I'm sorry to interrupt, Your Honor, but I was just informed that I can pay that today.
All right. If you can pay that today, that leaves you with just one condition of probation, and that is to violate no laws. So I'm going to order that you pay it on your way out of the courthouse today by the close of business.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you do have I think you did post a cash bond that you can pay that out of if you have the right signatures, but you can take that up with the clerk as well.
Okay.
All right.
She has a surety bond. Her bondsman's there.
Oh, I thought she had a cash bond.
Her bondsman's present, Judge.
That's right. She did have a bond. Okay, well, I'll let you, the bondsman, and the clerk work out how you're going to pay it. As long as you pay it within 90 days, you're going to be good with your probation. But if you violate any more laws, or if you don't pay today or within 90 days, I'm going to leave it within 90 days, Mr. Regier. Pay it within 90 days, then you will not have to get your probation revoked and serve the 120 days. Anything else we need to address, Mr. Regier? You're welcome.
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Mr. Patterson, anything further?
Nothing further, Judge.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Patterson, Mr. Regier, Deputy, and thank you, Ms. Reese, for your time. And you're welcome. You're all excused at this point. And in fact, Destiny, I think that's the end of the docket.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so
Thank you,
this
Your Honor.
docket is adjourned. Again, you're welcome. You're both welcome. Thank you. Adjourned.
We now call several cases. Yes. The defendant is Sinjin Trent Lamar. Was that you? Yes, sir. With Mr. West, your attorney and the state's attorney. Is that? Five faces. Yep. Yes. Hold on, let me get them select order. Just. All right, in the numerical sequence they are in, we begin with 22,397,61. And it looks as though these are all these are second amended motions to revoke probation, except we have a new case, 24 CR 1681, burglary of a building.
That's correct.
Is that right? Oh. So for the record again, what are we going to do?
Your Honor, this is a case where in July of this year 25, we had a revocation. You continued him on probation. In September, he was arrested and locked up in Orange County, and has since then, was it 24? 24, okay, yeah. I'm sorry, not 25. July 24, September 25, 24, he was locked up in Orange County, has done his time over there, pled guilty, and did 10 months stay in jail. What was the offense of it? Under controlled substance. And so since September of 24, he's been in custody, and we're just asking the court to give him time comparable to that. So we need to put these cases behind and be done, and then we can plea out the new case concurrent with that.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, we're requesting
Before I say something, go ahead.
the 2 years on all of them, the maximum, even on the new case as well. He owes restitution in 22,397,61. Restitution was ordered in the amount of $8,683.09. In 0680, there was $17,700 that was ordered. In 0681, there was $2,000 that was ordered. And 0682, there was $2,633.34 that was ordered. And in the new case, it's approximately $3,706.59.
How much was paid?
I don't believe you said
Nothing?
anything.
What's the grand total? Where'd you go? Don't know you. You may need to kind of add that up, huh? Do we have if you'll give us the numbers, we'll do it.
Okay.
30s. You have a calculator?
Okay, he owes
You have a calculator?
$683.
I'm sorry. Begin. In numericals
Okay.
sequence.
Around 37,000, but there's 8,683.09. And
Let's start off with 20. Is it 23 CR 680?
that's 17,700.
Yes.
Flat $17,700 and 680.
Yes, Your Honor.
681,
$2,000.
682,
$2,633.34. $2,633.34. Yes, ma'am.
and in
61.
the first one, 22,397,61. I missed that.
It's $8,683.09.
And then finally, we have a new case. correct? 24,
Yes.
or 1681. Is there any restitution on that?
Yes, Your Honor, it's $3,706.59.
All right. So did you get all of that?
Yes, sir.
You're around 40, something like that.
18. Let's say it's 1921, about 32.
That would be
About 34. 34,500. Anybody have a calculator? Just add it. Can y'all add that?
Should be the number I can do.
34,000. I'm sorry, $34,000, $22, and then it's like 20.
No, it's going to be 34,000 and it's going to be a little over $34,000. I would place the number sensing state.
And I'm sending you a vegan in the running.
34,722. So these people are just out all that money. And he wants a package deal of 2 years for everything.
Well, that's a max.
Do I look at Santa Claus?
That's a
The max you can receive, Your Honor.
max you can receive.
You got a new case.
That 2 years on that as well. I mean,
I can stack them. That one and the others. I think the people would want to know why not. Right? He hadn't paid a dime, and so he wants a package on this. He can commit all these offenses, but all these offenses, doesn't have to pay back any loss, and he packages them. The question is, what message do we send? The message that we're sending here is, if you're going to commit a crime, commit a bunch of them. Commit a bunch of them, and you get them all wrapped up in one little package. If you get caught, and if you're held accountable, 6 is equivalent to 1.
well, Your Honor.
Isn't that the message?
Well,
Isn't that the message? Do you think that people think that's amusing? I don't think victims do.
The other option is continue him on probation and see if you can make some payments between now and whatever set time in the future. And
Here's what I'm planning to do. Here's what I want to do. All these burglars on these motions, we'll put all that together. And 2 years on all of that to run concurrently. The other one, I'm putting him back on probation on the last one. And so he can pay $34,722 to these people. And that would be a case where he starts probation and hopefully he can do well. And if he doesn't, then this is a state jail felony, 2 over 5. And it runs with the probation, with the restitution. It's only right and fair. I don't understand we're not going to give a message. The more crimes you commit, the less you're held accountable. That defies logic. The people don't think that's reasonable. And y'all can do whatever you want, but I'm not going to. If y'all are going to do this, if you don't want to do it, we'll just deal with it separately and we'll hold a hearing on it. And then I guess these sentences can be stacked, can't they?
then not the revocations, they have to be all run concurrently because they've pled that way, but the new case can be stacked on top, yes.
It's only the right thing to do.
Was that for an official formal hearing then, or what
do you want to do?
Well,
yeah, it's y'all's choice.
I don't know. I don't think the state's offering probation on the new one. That's the problem. So I can't.
He hasn't paid anything since 2023 on that, Your Honor. I don't see where he's somehow going to then start paying on any other case.
I know, but that's why we put him on probation for this other one. If he fails, he can go to prison. He can go to jail for another 2 years. It won't be stacked. It would run consecutive to these other things. If he does fine, he's fine. If he pays it back, but if he doesn't, that you gotta have some hammer over it. And you can do it, you can do an additional 2 years on this last one. That's if you fail, but it's the right thing to do. You gotta pay these people back. You just can't come in and I'm not gonna be the poster child for that. If you're gonna commit one crime, commit six, and we package them together. You have to be held accountable for each crime. Each person has a victim. Each person was a victim. Each person has their own worth and value and loss. You don't treat people like that. Like you're having by the dozens. That's not right. I'm not going to stand for that. What do you want to do? That's what we'll do. So, we'll give this thing.
I think we need to set it for a hearing next. I don't know if the state's going to agree to that. So we would, but I don't think the state would. So I think we just need to set it for
What's wrong with the state's plan on that? You were going to put it all together, weren't you?
Yes. Well, we'll just, I mean, on the other one, Your Honor, if you want to, we'll, just end up trying it, I guess.
Why would we do that? Why not?
Because that can be stacked as well.
Why not? How else are we going to get money back for these people?
Well, I mean, I talked with the victims on these and they explained that you ain't going to get blood out of a turnip. And
maybe
this individual is going to cost the county more money by placing him on probation and continuing to.
No, I thought the probationers paid for the fees. That's the way it's supposed to work. That's why the taxpayers don't get them. They have to pay fees. And if he doesn't pay his fees, and he could, then he gets revoked and goes 2 years.
I think we just set it for a hearing and let you make the decision. That way the states, they can stay with their position.
A hearing on what, John? The whole thing?
Yeah. On the revocation. I mean, if they're not wanting to offer probation for that, if they're not offering it, then we can't accept it. But we can ask you for it.
So nothing's being done today. I don't understand that. I mean, what's the state's plan?
Well, Your Honor, I'm confused. $0 on the probation amount.
That's why he gets revoked, and we're going to add all of these to this new case and see what happens. If he doesn't come through, then he's got another 2 years.
He committed this new case while he was on probation.
Yes, sir.
For the other, and I feel like he's going to do the exact same thing when he gets on.
Well, then it would run separately. It's not going to run concurrently with the other ones. It stands alone. He either rises or falls on his performance. And if he fails, then he gets another 2 years stacked on top of this collection of 2 years on this other one. That was, y'all had made that deal. That's what y'all are running that concurrent. What I'm trying to do is it's a win-win for everybody if he pays back. If he doesn't, then it's still a win-win for the state. If he fails, come back and it could be revoked and he could be sentenced to an additional 2 years if you don't pay. But it's a way for the people to get paid back.
I think, Your Honor, another option we have is that he can plead true to this revocation date. You can revoke him. That's completely on your terms completely. And then we can plead open to the new one. And that takes the state out of it completely. That way they don't have to, they can make an argument with.
Yeah, but I don't understand I don't understand why this doesn't make sense to the state to give the people opportunity. I mean, the probation or it sounds like y'all resolved that as he's going to get revoked and he's going to serve 2 years. But then all of that $34,722, that's lost. That goes down the toilet. But that's not what I want. We add this. We apply it to the new case and give him a chance to pay back. If he fails, then he will get another 2 years. He could be subject to another 2 years state jail. And I think he's tired of staying in jail. Man, I think he might be motivated to do something here.
Yes, sir.
That helps you and the people. Well, I don't understand why not. That thing. I mean, isn't that a win-win for y'all? He'll pick up a fifth conviction, and he does his time. He goes back and tries to pay back. If he fails, then he's back before me, and I think he gets a sense of my feeling about all of this. I expect you to work and pay these people back, sir.
Your Honor, if I can get a second to do the paperwork, I can get that done.
All right.
That's in the jury box.
I think that works. I think that works for us. What kind of work, sir, after you're out, what do you do to make money when you work? Do you have a skill? Okay, okay.
I could go upstairs. Yeah.
Does he need to come in and?
I'd like to do that, what other, finish it up. Oh, so we need anything else on the tag?
All right, we're gonna take up the 4 motions to revoke probation first. And then we will handle the new case.
Yes.
And you are St. John Trent Millard. And raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statement you make during these hearings will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? So lower your hand, sir. In 22-39761 and 23 CR 680 and 23 CR 681 and 23 CR 682. Motions to revoke probation have been filed in your cases. Does the defendant waive formal readings of these? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, Your Honor.
And in 39761, 60 and 681, as well as 682. These motions to revoke probation, which are in 39761, 680, and 681, second amended motions to revoke probation, all filed on September 30th of 2025. And then the 23 CR 682 is a first amended motion standby. There's a second amended that was not that I just found. Yes. They're all second amended motions. They're all second amended motions to revoke probation that are dated September 30th, 2025. They similarly allege in each of these 4 cases that on August 7th, 2023, in this criminal district court, you were sentenced to 2 years in the state jail, and that was suspended, and you were placed on probation for 5 years in each case for theft of material, and this is metals in 22-39761, in 680 burglary of a building, in 681 burglary of a building, and in 682 theft, the state jail felony. And again, you were placed on probation on August 7th, 2023 in each of these 4 cases. Is all of that true and correct? What I'm going to do is just use one that should reflect the new case.
That's what I was going to say, Your Honor. Yes.
If it's in there, it's not in there. God bless it.
It's not in which in all others one of them
is not in these. These are all non-substantive allegations.
Let's take one of the most recent administrative violations, because I think we're right here.
Then try this one.
Yeah.
In allegation 7 in each of these 4 motions, amended motions to revoke probation, number 7 similarly alleges that you failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office for the months of August, September, October, December of 2024, and January, February, March, April, and May of 2025 in violation of your probation order condition 4, which requires you to report monthly as directed. Is that Are those allegations all true and correct if they are alleged? Are you pleading true to those allegations, the same ones, number 7 in each case? True and truly and correctly, and because it is an accurate allegation.
Yes, sir.
So what happens is he absconded and you quit reporting. And then when were you arrested?
September 5th of 24.
You understand that one or more violations of probation proven true by preponderance of the evidence or greater, that's all it takes to revoke your probation.
Yes, sir.
Your probation could be revoked and you could be sentenced up to 2 years in the state jail, no less than 180 days, up to 2 years in the state jail. Knowing that, do you insist on pleading true nonetheless?
Yes, sir.
In each case.
Yes, sir.
Is that enough for everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There are other violations, but you understand the consequences that can apply. You're voluntarily and knowingly made plea of true to absconding, that is not reporting, for August of 2024 and each month through May of 2025, which is almost a year, a block of a year, is all that is required for this court to find by preponderance of the evidence or greater it true, and that those allegations are true in each case, and that is enough to revoke your probation, sentence you up to 2 years, no less than 180 days, up to 2 years in the state jail. Do you understand that thoroughly?
Yes, sir.
And you insist on pleading true nonetheless?
Yes, sir.
I find you are pleading true voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading true. Here, there's no written agreement. Okay, what do parties want to say?
You know, for the record, my client does waive his right to appeal. That on the record, that's an issue.
I'm going to have that signed if you don't mind here. Later on, we'll memorialize that with a signature. Okay.
But otherwise, we'd let the court decide in this case. We've got a deal worked out where in the case he'd be getting probation, and we'll leave it up to the court to decide this punishment.
Okay.
Governor, we'd ask for the full 2 years on this. I believe he's probably almost got time served on it.
You know how much?
Well,
Well, y'all know. You know.
Yes, yes.
14 months.
Almost. Oh, the prior.
He's got more than, I think he's got 14 months now currently with now, but he's also got time for 4.
we didn't have.
And have a hole when he was in,
They didn't do, we didn't have the warrant on the NTRP until.
Until January, I think, is whenever y'all NTRP me. I was in Orange County. Because y'all NTRP me.
Well, that's.
Well,
That just doesn't make sense.
Until September. Okay.
That doesn't make sense because we filed motions to revoke probation in February of 24.
Good.
The beginning, then there was a second amended. I mean, a first amended, then there was a second amended. So something had to have been done on that first motion. So you should have been held.
Yes.
So that ought to be.
right, he gets other time.
September.
He's had a bunch of different periods, various periods of time that add. It's not one continuous period of time, but yes.
Well, you understand that's going to have to be calculated, but you will be given credit for all the time I logged you have served in accordance with this matter. Did you want to add anything, sir, on that? Anything else? Then I find there is sufficient evidence supporting these second amended motions to revoke probation in each of these 4 cases, to grant the motions by preponderance of the evidence or greater in each case is allegation 7, failing to report to the probation office for a block of a year, from August through May, August 24 through May of 25. And essentially the defendant absconded until he was finally arrested later on warrants because of the motions to revoke probation. And thus your probation is revoked in each of these cases. You were sentenced to 2 years in the state jail, probated for 5 years in each case. You are hereby sentenced to confinement in the state jail for 2 years on each case to run concurrently on each of these 4 cases. Do you understand what has happened today? Then I have a new case, 24 CR 1681. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, sir. Please.
In summary, Mr. Millard, this indictment alleges that on or about February 12th, 2024 in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the state jail felony of burglary of a building. Do you understand what you're charged with here? Yes, sir. If convicted, you face no less than 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail, and a fine up to $10,000 can be assessed. Do you understand? Yes, sir. It's similar to those other state jails in punishment. An agreement's been reached in your case where you would be pleading guilty, sentenced to 2 years in the state jail. That would be suspended. You would be placed on regular probation for 5 years. You would be ordered to pay restitution in the amount of $34,723. And it says in 2 cents. I had got a different figure on that, but it's right at that. I thought it was 34,722 and 93 cents. You're showing we're 9 cents off, but we're going to round that to $34,723. Okay, is that agreeable for everybody?
Change matters.
All right. There will be terms and conditions of probation which are normal and customary for this. If you fail, your probation could be revoked, just like that can happen. And then you could be sentenced to another 2 years, which just get these people taken care of. Do the right thing. It's just morally and legally the right thing to do, and it'll make you feel better. But these people need to get paid back. We're going to go into the record, each of the victims and how much they owe. Did you do that, Miss Ma'am? Okay, I'll go on. I think we had a calculation for each one that we'll read into the record. So again, Mr. Millard, how do you plead to this indictment? Guilty or not guilty? Are you pleading guilty voluntarily and because you are guilty? Show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1, John? Yes. Did you sign that document voluntarily, understand it, discuss it with your attorney, or the content false true and incorrect? Yes, sir. State's Exhibit 1 tendered into without objection and submitted. Among other things, this states you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea. It's freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictment's been guilty, or you've read it. You were guilty of the crime charged and any lesser included offenses. You were giving up your rights to a jury trial and your rights to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses. You were totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All true. It states so help you God. Yes, sir. States Exhibit 1, part of the record for all purposes. Pre-sentence report is way.
Yes, please.
I'm going to follow this agreement, if nothing further, and find that you are pleading guilty, sir, voluntarily. You are mentally competent to do so. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea. The State's Exhibit 1 admitted here to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I find you guilty now beyond a reasonable doubt of your state jail felony of burglary of a building. I am following this agreement. You were hereby sentenced to confinement in the state jail for 2 years. That will be suspended. You were placed on regular probation for 5 years. You shall pay a restitution in the amount of $34,723. And it will be in the following way. It will be $8,683. And 9 cents is ordered to the victim, Norbert Romero, and that was from an earlier case, 39761. Additionally, restitution
$17,700, Your Honor, from 0680.
$17,700 to Samuel Massey the fourth.
Yes, Your Honor.
The complainant out of 680. And then an additional amount of restitution will be
Last time.
$2,000,
Yes,
right?
Yes, Your Honor.
To
0681.
James Worthy from 23 CR 681.
$2,633.34 from
$1,633.34
0682.
will be to Gordon Riccossa, RICOSSA, the complainant victim in cause number 23682. And then the only other one is,
For this current case, Your Honor.
is Dale Rogers
Yes,
in 1681 that you have pleaded guilty to, and that the other restitutions will be part of, and that's $3,706.59.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Which totals out to about $34,723. What I did. So your work is cut out. Do well on this, and it's the right thing to do. So pay these people back for their loss. So, do you understand what has happened today, sir?
Yes, sir.
Anything else to add, John?
Nothing else.
From probation? Okay, we've got this, there we go. I think that's covered all that restitution. The way you're doing it, I think the right way to do it. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. John, anything else on this?
Not this one, Your Honor.
I'm getting wires cramps here. These are going to be all these additional terms of probation, which are the restitution matters. There's additional documents, but they're all of, for each of those cases where the restitution were unique and different, that we're putting together in a compilation for this last case to get the people paid back. That's what those additional papers are.
Mr. Moldash or ASAP Movers, could you come on the Zoom call there, please?
Yeah. ASAP is here.
Hi there. So give
Your
me just a
Honor.
moment. Yes.
I'm just noticing that I remember at the top of your docket, when you were giving your initial remarks, you asked Desi with the numbers 39349 to close out that second window. I'm feeling very uncomfortable about that because he did not honor your request to close that out, and he's on listed with a visual picture on another.
So
Zoom
can
space.
you close that there, Mr. Haramija?
Actually, I thought I did. I don't see it here. Can you hear me?
No. Yeah, your sound is coming through one, but then your visual's coming through the other, which I don't understand.
So whatever, yeah, and whatever he just
Ma'am, I need you to
did.
be quiet, please. Please don't interrupt me. So could you turn on, are you on your phone and your computer?
Yes.
Okay, so can you unmute your phone and talk to me?
And then mute this one.
And then get out of that one. If you're on the phone, you can close out your computer.
Okay.
No, ma'am. I'll get you to you in a minute. So just leave the Zoom meeting on your computer.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, but I still can see your computer.
How's
No, I
that?
can't. Okay, so ma'am, you wanted to say something? I'm going to swear you in and hear from you, but if you wanted to say something before then, you can.
No, that's it. It's been addressed now. Thank you.
Okay. Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah, I swear.
Yes.
No, I'm talking to Ms. Duncan. Ms. Duncan.
Yes.
Could you? Okay.
Yes.
I'll try it again.
Can you hear me?
Swear? Yes, I can. Do you swear and affirm that the information you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. Give me just a minute, call the case up. So this was a moving situation or what exactly? And you're calling in from Tennessee right now, is that accurate?
I am. I work from the West Coast and I'm back and forth.
Well, what happened here?
Yes, so I was moving some household goods from
Okay, from
Vancouver,
where to
Washington,
where?
from Vancouver, Washington to Shelby County, Tennessee. So just right outside the city limits of Memphis, Tennessee. I contracted with ASAP Movers and Mr. Modesh for that move. And they picked up the items from Vancouver, Washington in what would be known as the first move, no problems. His team in Vancouver did a superb job, so much so they expertly wrapped my furniture using my moving blankets because this furniture was practically brand new and had no staining, no wear, nothing at all. And they expertly wrapped that furniture for me using heavy duty plastic. I was super pleased. In fact, I tipped all three of the movers in Vancouver, Washington at the end of them picking up my household goods.
So they moved them from Vancouver to Tennessee, is that correct?
His agent did.
Yeah, the company. And then what happened? So then, okay, great. That's the first move. Everything went fine. Now tell me, why are we here? That's my real question.
So it was when the household goods arrived in Tennessee, before I even left the state of Tennessee to meet my goods, the state of Washington to meet my goods, I talked with Desmond, and that is who Desi is, DESI, on as the witness. I spoke with Desi. Desi was told to me to be my coordinator for the move and to always contact him if there's any problems, and that's what I continue to do. Let him know. And I just realized I went through some of my documentation. I do have a document that states that they were aware that we were going to move to a storage unit and not into a house in Tennessee. And so things were going into storage. I felt that there was no problem because they were going to be there less than 30 days. And, no problem, no harm, no foul until the driver arrived with my household goods, demanded that I rent a U-Haul box truck so that he could offload the goods, etc. And surrender the truck to him, and therefore by me accepting all liability for this person who was not listed to drive that box truck. But I did what I had to do.
So hang on just a second here. So the goods leave Vancouver, they get to you, they go to Tennessee. Are you in Tennessee or no?
At the time that the goods came, yes, I was.
Okay.
I made
and
sure
so
that
then you didn't have a place for them? They had to go to storage?
Well, the house that they were going into,
I find this confusing.
They were doing renovations on it, so they were painting the house. So they just went into storage temporarily, and they were wrapped so expertly. There was no problem. The problem came when.
Okay, so hang on just a second. So let's stop for a second. I just want to make sure I understand this. So they were moving from the truck to storage, and you're saying then that you had to get a intervening U-Haul truck that you had to pay for to get it from wherever the truck was to storage?
Yes, it was so the goods arrived on an 18-wheeler, which I understand to be standard practice. And so I secured with intention a storage facility that could accommodate that 18-wheeler. Spoke with the manager of that property several times, and she assured me, oh yes, we always have 18-wheelers come right in here and are able to make the turns and all of that. And she even tried to talk to this driver and the driver helper that arrived with my household goods, but they just would not have it. So I did what I needed to do, just trying to, I prayed, I did what I needed to do, went and rented that box truck. And then, he realizes, well, he can get the 18-wheeler down in the storage unit. And so he does. But I still had the charges before that.
Just a second.
U-Haul box truck.
Did you ever use the U-Haul truck?
He did not. He did not drive. After driving the truck to the storage facility, he did not ever put any of my goods in that truck. But I was,
But
you know,
you
they
incurred a cost with
pre-charged
the
for
U-Haul
that.
truck. And how much was that?
Absolutely. It was, I think exhibit 3,
No, there's U of 5.
U-Haul. Yeah, $36 and some change, sir.
Okay. So go ahead, continue your story.
Okay, so what happened was the driver and his helper unwrapped my furniture to my utter disbelief. They had a truck that was packed with at least 6 or 7 families' household goods, and they had to unpack what appeared to be half of the truck in order to access my household goods. I had such a small amount of household goods. And because, you know, I'm bi-coastal, so it wasn't like I was moving my whole house. I was moving some items to Tennessee because I am bi-coastal. And they unwrapped my things, and I could not believe it. So refer to the exhibit with the voicemail. That's exhibit 7, where Desi, my move coordinator from ASAP Moving, says in the voicemail, Kendra, I'm just trying to get some clarity here because we don't normally unwrap furniture when it's going directly into storage. But my furniture was actually unwrapped and therefore became ruined because we're talking about a dank, dark storage facility, a very old storage facility, and my pristine furniture. Yeah, I just ended up having to buy additional furniture. The total cost that I was out for repurchasing furniture, for having to rent a storage facility for several months until I just finally decided to cut my losses and just donate the furniture and give it away, $10,415.88, of which, because they did move the majority of my household goods without any issues. But I am asking for compensation for my goods that were ruined because his agents unwrapped my goods and then refused to rewrap them. And again, if you refer to the text messages, Desi indicates, let him know and he will have the guys rewrap the furniture. And I did. And Desmond was unresponsive during the move as things got increasingly hostile from the driver and the driver helper. And we're talking about fall of the year when these guys showed up. I was with them probably since 10 that morning, as it is approaching then 5 o'clock at night. Well, that's pitch black dark. And I am by myself. And so it just became a very hostile situation. The police were called and they came out and deemed it a civil matter. And, you know,
Wait, why were the police called again?
Because it became very hostile. I had already
Between
paid
who?
them because
Tell me that again. Who was
it
hostile
became
against?
hostile. The driver and his helper were very aggressive towards me. And I was there by myself and dark was falling quickly because it was the fall of the year. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
So, okay, so what actually was ruined? The furniture?
Yes, sir. So it was my queen mattress, my queen adjustable bed base. It's an electric bed base, my couch, and my oversized matching chair and ottoman, and a headboard.
And those are things that total is $4,215.77. That's that exhibit?
Yes, in that exhibit, yes, sir. Well, I listed the other mattress there. Again, I'm not asking for all of those items to be reimbursed because I was trying to be fair. But so I listed out the things that I had receipts for, etc., and then listed the price, and then also showed you in another exhibit the replacement cost on the furniture, which again, I still did not ask Mr. Kazbek Modash. Still did not ask him to reimburse me all of those costs. I simply asked for a fraction of that, $3,750 plus court costs. And
Okay.
filing and to provide service. We had difficulty locating Mr. Modash. And so they served him, attempted to serve him first in Olympia and then finally found him in Lacey. So those were additional fees that I had to pay.
Give me just a moment. And then Mr. So in your note claim, you're asking for $3,750. Can you break
Yes.
down how you get that number?
I arrived at that number based on, first of all, because of the inflated cubic footage that they charged me for the move. I had reserved 3 storage units. I just simply followed the directions I was given by Desi, who was the
Okay,
agent.
so hang on just a second. How much money was that? First of all.
So give me just a second, sir. The storage fees, so there were 3 units. Those $126 a month from September to January, and then $21.94 to get into those units. $33 charge, I think, for locks on those units. And so as soon as they started,
Was that itemized anywhere in your submissions? Because I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's in well, it's itemized as these things can be. It's listed on Your Honor, it's listed on exhibit. I'm floating through windows here. Exhibit 3, storage fees.
Right.
And
well, I mean,
his
hang on just a second, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, hang on just a second. On exhibit number, you have total payments for $5,914, and then you have the insurance, the furniture. You have total that at $2,713, and then you have the storage fees at, I don't know what that says. That just says, well,
the storage fees that I paid out to
yeah, I mean,
date
so
is listed.
that's like 126. So that doesn't, right? That does, when you add all that up, it doesn't equal what you have on your claim. That's what I'm trying to figure out. How do you arrive at your claim?
The storage fees equal $474.88 as listed on that exhibit. But again, sir, I did have household goods that in fact needed to be stored there for about a month. Wow.
But ma'am,
So again,
what I'm
I was trying to be fair.
Okay. What I'm asking you to do is itemize and break down all you think you need to be. You're asking for whatever I said, 3,700. I need you to break down and itemize how you get to that number.
Okay.
And then give me a say, okay, storage fees, this amount, furniture, this amount, U-Haul, this amount. And then I want to know exactly how you come up with that number of 3,750. That's
Okay.
what I actually need to know that.
Okay, so I have some figures for you, but I will try to break it down as you just described it, sir.
Okay.
So U-Haul, $36.43.
Right.
A furniture replacement, $2,750 based off of exhibit. Just one second, sir. Exhibit 6, which is the furniture replacement cost.
Right, but hang on, I'm going to stop you there for a second, because that you just told me it was 2,750, but the furniture replacement is 40. You have 4,215 and 77. So why and how is that discounted?
Because I just discounted it myself. I'm not trying to stick it to the defendant. I bought a couch that was more expensive than my previous couch, but things are more expensive. Again, I was trying to be what is fair. I purchased 2 chairs versus the 1 chair that I had previously. They got ruined because it was unwrapped, and the ottoman, etc. So
So hang on just a second.
came up
I have
with
another
that
question
figure.
for you. That
Yes,
before you do that, how was your furniture ruined? I don't understand that either. I mean, I've had furniture that's been in storage that hasn't been wrapped, and it's not heated, but it doesn't get ruined. I'm having trouble with that too.
Yeah, the furniture was in fact ruined because the dampness, you could feel the dampness as you went into the storage unit. And it just is. My furniture was pristinely wrapped though, wrapped with care. Did not, in fact, I lauded Cassie Beck and ASAP Moving and tipped each of those movers for expertly wrapping my furniture and my goods. And again, it was his agent in Tennessee, the driver and his helper that unwrapped the furniture and then refused to
But I mean,
wrap it.
Just because it's damp, I guess I'm confused about.
Damp. Yeah, there was a rodent problem on the property, and
Well, I don't know.
Sir,
That's why I'm asking.
Yes, sir. There was a rodent problem. It just makes me a little emotional. I'm sorry, sir. There's a rodent problem on the property. The smells, all of that. I have severe allergy and sinus issues. It was not furniture that I could use.
All right.
It just wasn't.
Hang on just a second.
And I didn't give it to them in that condition.
Mr. Moldash. Mr. Moldash, could you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Swear, I swear.
I guess where we're at here, it seems to me the big thing is, I mean, the U-Haul rental, that's like $36. But it seems to me like the big tech and the storage, I mean, I guess it'd be another issue. But I think the big point of dispute here, as far as I can tell, is, unwrapping the furniture, which led to their damage. So go ahead, but I'm telling you what I'm looking for, but I will go to you to the, you can tell me your whole side of this story. And then if Mr. Haramizia needs to speak, I'll swear him in and hear from him. But I think I already did swear you in, didn't
I? Not me, sir.
No, Mr. Moldash, I'll hear from him first.
Well, it came to my attention this case with, accusing us with furniture damage and all this, claims, which from my point of view, I'm denying because I'm fulfill my contract obligation. And as Ms. Kendra said, we did a great job wrapping and delivering her goods to Tennessee on time without any delay. As an interstate mover, we're using, van lines as well, our company partners, moving company, and we're shipping jobs cross country because it was a small job from same customer. And if customer, she wants like a specific service, like a dedicated truck, avoid any shuttle fee. It's everything in our tariff. We're going to charge for that according to our price list. So regarding the blankets, it's a company property. So we are wrapping and are wrapping upon delivery unless customer purchase these blankets from beginning. According to our price list, everything is, transparent. Each blanket costs $30 per blanket. I cannot, just give these blankets away to any customers because it's company equipment.
So hang on just a second. If I understand you correctly, then that you're saying that, well, it was wrapped up in your company stuff, and so you just took it was appropriate for you to take them off at the time. She's saying that she provided her own blankets.
No. There is no own blankets. It's company blankets. Everything is
Okay,
company.
ma'am, I'll give you a chance, ma'am. I see your hand up, but I let you speak from beginning to end. Let's give him the same courtesy.
So I'm just going through her inventory. Everything is packed by our movers. They're using our company blankets, you know. And when we hand over, to delivery company, we're just swapping blankets. For example, company give us 20 blankets, we give them 20 blankets, it's a swapping. And all these blankets are not for free. So delivery company, of course, it has a right, to unwrap furniture because it's their blankets now. Unless customer want to purchase blankets on site, if sometimes customers are asking, please, can I keep these blankets? Okay, but you have to pay extra, you have to pay extra according to the price list. And customer saying it was her blankets, but there is no any charge for blankets at all. We never charge her for blankets. She didn't purchase from us from beginning. I have her estimate, I have a bill of lading, everything is signed, inventory, everything. There is no any damages, nothing at all. Everything delivered on time without no problem at all. And we're shipping, cross country, small move. We're shipping through the one lines, semi truck only. It's a Tennessee. It's a long distance move.
Okay.
Once we deliver, our obligation is complete. So she signed inventory, and customer has 9 months to submit a claim to our claim processor company if there is any damages occur during delivery, not post, after a few months, after 1 year, keeping your furniture in storage. I'm not taking responsibility for storage because that is not my facility. She's not keeping her furniture in my storage. So all these concerns supposed to be referred to her storage management about, ventilation and so on and blah, blah, blah. But I did my job. I just complete and I just, collect the payment. Nothing else. There is no any upcharge, no any ballooning, no any, as a customer saying upcharging. There's no, everything according to estimate was given initially. Customer aware about that. Even from the initial estimate, we gave you a discount. Everything on paper. Everything on the paper.
What's that?
Everything on the paper. I mean, everything reflect on papers. Bill of lading and initial estimates. We're not hiding anything. It was absolutely transparent move.
What did you say about the notice requirements? You have to make a claim within 9 months?
Yeah, it's a federal law, Federal law, everything in the bill of lading. Each customer aware in her estimate, initial estimate signed by customer when she's signing with us the contract. Everything in the end she might see. For claim processors, there is a claim processor information. It's a standard moving practice, All claims, any complaints, damages, whatever, is supposed to be referred, to claim processor.
All right. Let me hear from Mr. Haramizia.
Yes, sir.
Could you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear and affirm the information testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You can put your hand down. And then, what do you know about all this?
Well, so I was the point of contact for Kendra, Ms. Duncan, for both of the estimates that we did for her moves. We found out about this case yesterday, so we didn't have a chance to submit anything to you, but we do have signed estimates. And that's something that we can send to you for your review.
So I'm going to stop you for a second. When you just found out yesterday, were you just served yesterday?
Yeah. Right, Kazi? That was yesterday?
Yesterday, yesterday I told you, Desmond, that we have a court tomorrow.
And that's
when did you find out about it, Mr. Koldash? So you've known about it?
Yeah, I know it. Yeah.
When were you served, Kazi?
I need to find a paper, which I received.
I can tell them that. November 4th.
November 4, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was 17 days ago.
Yeah. And that's what I send you, on WhatsApp, that we have a court. I make a scan and send to you same day.
Okay, it's a good idea. Let me hear from Mr. Haramisia about what, so you found out about it yesterday. What?
Yeah, and so what I have is I have the initial, or Kazi does too, but we have the initial estimates that were e-signed by Miss Duncan. There's no mention of her using her own blankets. I don't recall her using her own blankets in this move. I think it's important to note because in part of her complaint, she suggests that, we overestimated her cubic footage, but we had estimated her initial cubic footage at 814 cubes and ultimately charged her for 708 cubic feet between the two moves. Her initial price on these moves was $59.15, and we ultimately charged her $54.88. So we actually charged less than we had estimated. No mention of the blankets, and it is absolutely standard for a carrier to remove and take their blankets back before they put it into a customer's either house or storage. Now, on both of the estimates, the move was supposed to terminate at 5805 Morning Flower Cove in Memphis, which is a house. That was changed to a storage unit that Miss Duncan chose of her own accord. I don't understand exactly where the requirement to get a U-Haul came from, but what we do is as a carrier, if we're going to be delivering somebody to a location where we cannot get the tractor trailer within a reasonable distance, then we go get a U-Haul, right? Charge the customer $1 per cubic foot for that service. We find a place to park the big truck, we unload the big truck, drive it over. So I could understand that Ms. Duncan may have been advised that she was in danger of that. And I don't know though for sure that that's not something that I was privy to. But on rare occasions, the driver will forego that $1 charge that's in the bill of lading and in the tariff, and just unload the customer's goods into the customer's own U-Haul. So not sure exactly how that came about or why she got the U-Haul before we got there. But I don't know that anyone has mentioned this yet, but I mean, Miss Duncan chose her storage, and these items are not hermetically sealed. We don't seal them, so that no air or dampness could get in. They're covered in blankets, very thick, heavy moving blankets, but it certainly wouldn't protect them from dampness. As a matter of fact, it would probably be worse to have the items covered in blankets because the blankets would hold that moisture in. I think that's everything I have.
Okay. So Ms. Duncan, I'll come back to you. He just told me that was your choice to go to that storage unit. Okay, you're muted there. You need to unmute, please.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, now I can, yes.
Okay. It looks like I took off my AirPods. It was my choice to use that storage facility, and much of what Desi has just said is highly inaccurate. So for one, I was directed by the driver upon his arrival to the storage facility that he was going to be unable to navigate the storage facility in the 18-wheeler, and that he directed me, if I wanted my items, I was going to have to rent a U-Haul box truck, which I did. That was probably phone call number one to Desmond on the day of the move. Now, he remained in constant
Okay, so I'm gonna
contact
stop you for a
with the
second.
driver of
Okay,
the
hold
truck,
it for a second, ma'am.
but
So,
would
but
not
you're
take
entitled,
my calls.
ma'am, let me ask you a
Would
question.
not. I
Ma'am.
can't hear you, Your Honor. Hold on. I
Okay.
can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Okay. So Your entitled tire expense for the U-Haul truck is $36.43.
What, I'm sorry, Your Honor, I could not hear you. Can you hear
The
me?
cost of yes, I can hear you. The cost of the U-Haul was $36.43.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so that's all we're talking about in the U-Haul.
Yes.
And then did you ever pick up that truck?
Yes, I picked it up and had to let him drive the truck. And which
But he
means
never
that
used
I
it.
was accepting his liability. No, he did not use the truck because he, in fact, as public storage, as the manager assured him, you have ample room to take that 18-wheeler down that aisle and stop there. People do it all the time. I know it can be done. And in fact, he did it and did not use the truck, but I had to pay, the fee for the truck.
And you chose this storage facility?
I did choose the storage facility, but the problem, I'm not in dispute of having two moves. They counted it as two moves. I 2 moves, and I paid the fees on the moves. I'm not in dispute on what was actually moved. There were chairs, there were counter chairs a part of the move. And as you can see, I am not claiming that those things were damaged. I claimed only the things, my leather sofa and my oversized chair and ottoman and my mattresses that were ruined during this move because they were unwrapped. And so they were wrapped in my own personal, because I'm sorry, Judge, I'm very pristine and I have severe allergy and sinus issues. So not only did I purchase, because I had the moving blankets when I moved to Oregon. So because I initially lived down in Oregon and then moved up to Washington. So I had the moving blankets and I did purchase them at American Freight. They were $5 heavy moving blankets. And so when I got ready to move again, I had those things laundered. And when the 3 guys came, I said, oh, I have my own moving blankets. Showed them the blankets. They wrapped up my items with the blankets and then covered it in very thick, kind of like contractor bag type plastic, but it was on a huge roll, big black, the thick plastic. They did a dynamic job. I was certain there was not going to be any issues, and there would not have been any issues. Again, my other items were all taken, everything was taken to that storage unit. My concerns were, and I decided myself, after having my items brought across the country, 2,000 miles across the country, only to have their agent, the driver and his helper, to unwrap my furniture. If you refer to the voicemail exhibit 7,
I couldn't hear that.
Says you can't hear me?
I was unable to hear the voicemail. For whatever reason, my computer wouldn't let me hear it.
Okay, well, Desi says in his own voice, and the reason why Desi knew that we were having court today is because I, with full transparency, at the time that I sent my exhibits to the court for this court proceeding, Your Honor, I also sent the same to admin at ASAP Moving. And so that is typically Desi, because Mr. Modash is the point person is in fact Desi. So that's why he is saying that. I was never trying to, again, I sent my concern and my complaint about the move. I sent that on the 28th of September, and I'm still gathering information, sir. So while I was waiting for this trial, I looked back through emails, and I did in fact find my initial complaint that I filed on September the 28th with ASAP Moving by email, and I also followed it up by text. And you can see the text, of the email that was sent. And they responded, and they said that they were doing an investigation. Wasn't sure who was responding, if it was Desi responding or if it was Mr. Modash. But in fact, I received a written response, and they said, would you give us some time to investigate? And they bulleted all of the things. And I just sent that over, Your Honor, as exhibit number 8. I sent 2 exhibits just while I was waiting for this time at trial this morning. I
So
sent
we just
over
got, so
exhibit
I haven't
8.
seen it yet.
Yeah. And I included ASAP moving so that they would see those things as well.
Well, we're just seeing them right now, and which I
Yeah.
still haven't seen. So
Yeah,
what, how long were these things in
I'm just sharing.
storage?
These things ended up being in storage from September, and I closed out. So there were 3 storage units that I rented based on what I was told about the moving and the number of cubic feet involved, right? Both were grossly over calculated. And can I say that I have never met Desi in person, nor have I did meet Mr. Moldash because he came and picked up the second move. Again, I wanted my items. I needed them. I wanted some of these items.
How long were they in storage?
Oh,
my question was, how long were they in storage?
So after day 1, I was able to close out 2 of the units I had rented, 2 of the 3 units. But the remaining unit that had the furniture in it, I did not close that out until January of 2025.
So 4 months?
September, October, no. Well, it was like the end of September, but I think they bill months. I think that's why the $4 fees were there to get you through the end of September, and then October, November, December, January. So 4 months.
And why were they staying in storage?
The furniture had to remain in storage because I did not want it in my house. I did not want that leather furniture. I did not want that unwrapped furniture in my house. I took the items out of it. I took all the.
Hang on, just stop me for a second here. Okay. So could it have gone to your house after the first day? Or how?
No, that's why all of the furniture from the move, the house was being painted. And so all of the furniture had to go into storage, and it was going to be in storage. You know, you rent storage for a month. So
right. So
we had a month to finish the renovations on the house.
So hang on just a minute, ma'am. Okay. So what I'm trying, when could your furniture gone to your house? If in an ideal situation, how long should it have been in storage?
Oh yeah, as soon as they finish painting, I don't have exact dates, but I can try to track it back, Your Honor. But
can you give me an estimate of that? Like, if did it only really need to be in storage for a week or a month or what exactly?
Yeah, in October, early October, I had U-Haul. I rented a box truck from U-Haul and learned at that time that you can actually rent helpers, individuals through U-Haul that will help you with whatever your tasks are involved with moving. And so they did in fact move all of my boxes and household goods and the things that I could use from the move. Again, the only thing to me that is at issue here is the furniture that was ruined because his agents unwrapped my
can you listen to me for a second? I'm going to try and ask some questions. I want you to stick with my questions, right? So you put the stuff in storage because you were getting your house painted. And then when you went to get the stuff out of storage at the end of the paint job, by then the furniture had been ruined?
Yeah. And I was already,
Stop. What was that time period from when you put it in storage into when you could have taken it out? How long was it in storage?
It was, I took it out I took off the rest of my furniture the next month.
But so it was only in there for 1 month?
Yeah, what remained in the storage, sir, was the items that the couch, the oversized chair.
No, I understand that. Ma'am, I get that. Here's where I'm at. And so, and here's where I'm at with your case here, ma'am. You know, when anybody ever starts a case, you know, a plaintiff, they have a burden of proof and they're required to prove by preponderance of the evidence that what they're claiming is more likely than not that happened. And, you know, with regard to your case that I'm hearing, based on what I've heard, and this is what I'm hearing today, you just don't make it there. You know, I don't think that I have enough evidence to find that. I'll let you finish, ma'am. I'll let you respond to it. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. You know, I'm not a furniture expert. I'm not a in terms of, the atmospheric conditions are going to affect, furniture one way or the other. But what I'm told is basically that these things went into a storage facility of your choosing in September in Tennessee. And then, a month later, that insurance, by virtue of being in that storage facility, were ruined. And I just don't think I can get there from, based on the testimony that of what I'm hearing. So you had your hand up, and and I'll hear your response to that. But I want to be upfront with you as to what I'm thinking. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, so sir, with all due respect, I paid them $5,000, in excess of $5,000, to move my household goods to Tennessee. And I did not have them move my furniture over 2,000 miles so that they could then unwrap my furniture without my knowledge and without my approval. Now, I am so sorry. I would ask for a continuance, Your Honor, because I did in fact submit evidence. And it is Desi's voice where he in fact says, Kendra, because normally anytime furniture is going in storage, it remains wrapped. So you let us know if I need to send the guys back to rewrap it. And I said, Desi, if there was not a problem, I wouldn't be calling you. There is a problem because they have refused to rewrap the furniture. That is why I am trembling. It is getting dark, and that's why I'm trying to call you, and he would not answer the phone. So I would ask for a continuance of the case so that I can provide you with that voicemail. And if you would share access, I can play that for all of us so that we can hear that. Sir, there are text messages in the exhibits that I provided, which clearly came from Desi, where he says, let me know if they need to rewrap the furniture. And sir, I paid in excess of $5,000.
What exhibit is that text message? What exhibit is that text message? You said that was an exhibit, a text message that said that. Where is it?
Well, the voicemail says that.
No, you said a text. I know the voicemail.
There is, sir. I'm
Where
just
is
a little nervous, sir. I've never been in a court like this. So excuse me.
Where is the text?
Give me just a moment. I am looking, sir, through. I'm looking through my exhibits. Give me just one moment.
Your Honor, while she's looking for that, can I comment on something she said?
Let's look at Exhibit 3, Your Honor.
In a minute. Okay, I have it up.
Exhibit 3, page 10, it looks like. Page 10. Hi, Kendra. Carla mentioned you purchased blankets and the guys took them. Do you have a count? How many blankets did you purchase? From us, it's all rentals. So that just simply isn't true. Also, you wanted the furniture set up, question mark. No, I didn't. Please let me know soonest in case we need to get the guys back to you. So that text message from Desi actually demonstrates, Your Honor, that they did in fact unwrap my furniture, and that he was taking steps to remedy that, but he did not respond. I said, my response is there in green. Lorenzo, the driver, refused to allow me to view and take photos of the paperwork, nor was I able to complete the paperwork and give my signature. The driver left all the packing wrap he removed from my leather furniture strewn throughout the storage unit on the floor. Next page, page 11. And it says on page 13, it looks like I just have some duplicates in there, sir. Oh, yeah. Well, I was trying to show you all the complete text without them being so broken up.
Hang on just a second. Mr. Harabija, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that as I recall, and I'll have to go back through all these text messages in the system, but as I recall, the issue was that Miss Duncan didn't want to pay for the furniture to be rewrapped, right? So I don't recall her owning any of her own blankets. As a matter of fact, she even says in her exhibit, if I understand it, she said something to the effect of that I'm asking her a question, how many blankets did you purchase? You know, like
Yeah,
from
that's-
us, right? Because we
Yeah.
have sold people blankets before. So if we want to drop something off into storage, and we don't encourage people to unwrap their furniture into storage, but they have to buy the blankets from us unless it's a local move and they have some way of, you know, renting those blankets based on a deposit, and then they bring us the blankets back and we give them the deposit back. But, you know, as Kazi mentioned, these blankets are expensive. They're big, heavy, thick, quilted moving blankets, about $30 a piece. And as I recall, the issue was all about Kendra not wanting to pay for the guys to come back and wrap the furniture because that would be work, and then she'd need to buy the blankets. I don't have
That just
anything.
simply is not true, Your Honor.
I don't have anything. Just last thing, I don't have anything in the two contracts that were e-signed by Ms. Duncan that she had her own blankets. I also don't see anything on either of the bills of lading, which she signed at pickup and delivery, that mention anything about her owning her own blankets. Now,
Why would it matter? They were my blankets and they were being wrapping my furniture.
well,
That does not matter. That does not matter, and it is not accurate. It is Desi. It is not accurate. And I would, Your Honor, if we would go back to the text messages and let's just go through them, because I think it will make it
Okay,
clear
so
to
hang on.
Desi and also to Mr. Modash exactly what his agent, his front man, was doing behind the scenes. It just simply, I have provided a hopeful amount of evidence. And again, I would ask for a continuance so I can provide that voicemail, or please allow to share the screen to allow me to play that for everyone.
Okay, so I usually give a lecture at the beginning of this, cautioning people not to interrupt others. I always say I'll give an opportunity to let everybody else respond. I also say don't address your comments, don't argue with other people, and address all your comments to me. And so I would just ask everybody to adhere to that, please. And so don't cut off people. Now let them finish. I'll give you a chance to respond. And so you know, it is important, Ms. Duncan, if about whether or not blankets were rented or purchased or not. And so it would be important if that is mentioned on the invoice or a bill of lading. And Mr. Haramisia said that, you know, he just found out about this yesterday, although Mr. Moldash was served a while ago. And so you have asked to set this over so you can provide that voicemail. And so I'll accommodate both your requests. And so we'll reset this. We'll go for 3 weeks, not the 2 weeks we did last time. And then you can call in at 11. And I'll be, you know, I'll hear what you propose. I've kind of telegraphed where I'm headed with this, but I'll listen to the voicemail, see what it says, and then I'll take out the contracts or the reference by Mr. Haramisia as well, but you need to file them with the court. All right, so we'll reconvene and finish this up in 3 weeks, and you can call in at 11.
What date is that, sir? I have
okay, over December, actually it's 4 weeks, December 19th. It's about a month.
Okay, that's the Christmas holidays. But,
it is.
Sir, I was trying to travel for Christmas to my family in Virginia.
Okay, we can go into.
Oh, but it will be on Zoom. That will be on Zoom. I'll make it work.
All right. And this is going to be your only
sir,
notice.
Oh, yes, yes, sir. Do you want me to transcribe the voicemail? I'm not sure why you wouldn't be able to take that audio of an MP3 or
technology
MP4 file.
we don't have the best technology for whatever reason. There's certain things that we just can't hear. Because we find that when people submit things and sometimes they're corrupted and sometimes they do unfortunate things to our technology. So we're really careful about what we take in that regard.
Okay, I understand. So would it be better? I will also provide a transcription of that. I'm not
All right.
sure what other way I should provide the
All right.
voicemail, or are you able to use a different device
Mr.
to listen
Haramija
to
and
that?
Mr. Koldash, are you available in on that date?
Yeah, I'm available.
Yep,
Mr.
I'm
Haramija?
available. Sure.
All right. We'll reconvene then. And this will be your only notice, 11 o'clock on December 19th.
Now,
You're free
Your
to
Honor, will you have time to review all of the text messages? Because it
I already
really, we
have,
didn't.
ma'am. I already have. And yes, I'll review them.
Please, I would ask that you do, because that is the crux of the case here.
Yeah,
If
and I don't
Desi,
think
the
that,
agent,
but yes, I've reviewed them. And like I say, but I will say this, you and Mr. Haramija have different takes on those texts. You're saying that those texts somehow affirm that your blankets were there. Mr. Haramija is asking you, it's like, wait, what blankets are these? We have you as not as only rentals. Or what blankets did you purchase, or did you purchase any? So I'm not sure that there's agreement on exactly what those texts show. And I just want to give you the fair warning on that.
but Your Honor, I would just restate what Desi and Kazi Modash said in this proceeding, and so I hope that the court reporter can bring that information back, what
So,
they
ma'am,
testified to
I was
today
here.
in this proceeding.
I heard everything.
They said,
we don't need to restate anything.
that the blankets are included.
Okay. I'm not sure
Please
that's
double check that, please.
what I heard was, yes, they provide blankets, but if they're not purchased, then they keep them, then they take them back. And then, or you can purchase them, then they
And where is
stay.
that listed? But they were my blankets. They were my blankets.
All right.
That's why he asked, how many blankets did you have? And then he goes on to say in the voicemail.
Okay.
As it
So
would say in the voicemail.
ma'am, we're stopping for today. We're stopping for
Okay.
today. We'll be back on December 19th. And again, I would just,
Could you
I
tell
think
me
it's
how you
possible
would
to
like me to
interpret
give
these
the
comments a
information
number of
from the
ways.
voicemail?
ma'am, we're done for today. We'll be back on the
There's a little
19th.
bit of a delay, sir, when you use Zoom.
Yes, sir, Mr.
How would
Koldash.
you like me to provide you
Your
the
Honor.
voicemail other than a transcript?
I would
along
like
with
you to
it?
let me listen to Mr. Koldash, and then I'll come back to you.
Yeah, Your Honor, I have only one question. Can I, contrast you, Miss Duncan, for
I can't give you
time?
advice on that. I can't answer that. That'd be giving you legal advice, and I'm not going to do that. You don't want me giving her advice how to run her case. She doesn't want me talking to you about how you run your case. That's it for today. Well, ma'am, I don't know what to tell you other than we're going to check and see if we can see it through other means. Can you, but here I can't, I haven't been able to listen to that.
I mean, I can take a look at it, but
We can take a look at it, but that's about it. Go ahead, ma'am.
I'm also willing to maybe on the next court date share that voicemail, because again,
If it comes to that, we can do that.
Okay,
All right,
and
that's
then,
it for today.
And I am open to mediate with Mr. Modash if he would still like to mediate at this point.
Well, I think that you already went through that, didn't you?
He was not willing to mediate.
Well,
At
I
that point.
don't frankly see that changing, but if it be
I
changes
think that's
between
what he
now
was just saying to you,
and
sir.
then if the changes, ma'am, you have to let people complete their sentences and thoughts before you jump in. And it's just, I would ask that you do that, ma'am. Go ahead.
Your Honor, my apologies. I am not trying to cut you off. There is a delay in Zoom. It is a known issue in Zoom.
I'm aware.
So I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm
Thank
hearing
you. I
zero sound
appreciate
when I start
that,
speaking.
ma'am. I appreciate that, and we'll be back on December 19th. And again, you're not going to get any notice other than this, and I'm not sure what time zone. I mean, Mr. Haramija and Mr. Koldash are here, and I'm not sure what time zone you're going to be in, ma'am, but you're in Tennessee now. It's probably 2 or 3 in the afternoon now.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
I'll be back at court wherever I am. I'll make sure I'm in court at the right time. Thank you so
All
much
right.
for your time.
Oh my. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is a crazy situation that happened right there. We're gonna fix that real quick. I know exactly how to fix it. That's all I got, kids. It's been 2.5 hours full of court cases. And when I say that's all I have, I mean that's all I have right now. Because let me tell you, it's been a busy week and there's been a lot of court cases, but I just don't have time to show them all at once, and I'm sure all of us have other things to do. So we are going to be getting together again shortly, maybe not today, possibly tomorrow. We'll watch some more court. How does that sound, ladies and gentlemen? Keep your ears open all week this week. I'm not sure what's happening. You know, court's going to be happening here, there, everywhere. It is a holiday week. This is Thanksgiving week, everybody. Those of you who I do not see before Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you have a great season. Come by and hang out with us. There will be something happening here on Thanksgiving evening. Ladies and gentlemen, come by Thanksgiving evening, no matter what. I'm going to make sure that we have some court to watch. I have lots of stuff on the cutting room floor, so there's no reason for us not to do something. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say adieu. And thank you very much for coming out and hanging out with me. I am your Lone Wolf Usul. I am your host for Lone Wolf Usul's Court Gallery. I am your curator, and I am your fond, humble court watching servant. And I thank you very much for hanging out with me. It's been a very special day. Very special day indeed. I don't know what I'm doing again. There we go. Hi! I want to say a quick special thank you to all of the people who took the time to put in some super stickers today or give a contribution to the stream. Granny, Zach, Tori, Eileen, Granny times 2 actually. Thank you so much, guys. The stream boss thanks you. The puppies thank you. I thank you. Mama thanks you. We all thank you. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that's where we're going to leave it. We're going to listen to the rest of our song, and we're going to say have a good day. We'll see you next time. I'm your Lone Wolf Usul, and it's been wonderful serving you. Have a great day.